best and brightest local high school teams compete in a tournament of knowledge for a trip to Europe on this year's hottest game show, Bay Area Quiz Kids. Brought to you by AT&T, Oracle, the San Mateo Credit Union, Samtrans, and Fisher Investments. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Thank you so much. Welcome to the Elite Eight quarterfinals. It's very exciting here on our stage. Last week, if you joined us, you saw the first game in the quarterfinals, and Bentley School reserved a place in the Final Four. One of these two teams is going to join them today. Will it be the Campolindo Cougars? Or will it be the Mills High School Vikings? Let's find out, shall we? As we begin with the collaboration round. Gentlemen, welcome back. You know that in this first round, as you have done so in so many games before this, you'll be playing as a team. I have a series of 10-point questions here. I will ask your team a question, give you a few seconds to collaborate, and then let Yishi, your captain, Todd, your captain, give me the correct answer and score 10 points. But if you give me an incorrect answer, the other team will be allowed to collaborate and steal those points away. Back and forth, I'll ask the questions until the buzzer signals the end of the round, okay? Good luck to both teams. Here's the first question for Campolindo. The two related main characters on this show were first introduced to each other by Giovanni Ribisi. With most episodes concerning the theme of karma, what sitcom stars Jamie Presley and Jason Lee?
My name is Earl.
That is right for 10 points. Clearly a huge fan. You should see the look in his eyes. Merton and St. Edmund Hall date back to at least the 14th century. Women were allowed to enter nearly all of them as early as 1878. This describes some of the 39 entities of what British Institute of Higher Education?
Oxford.
That's right, Oxford University. The sheer knowledge of you guys. It's like... Next question. Internationally, they are divided into 6 groups, numbered from EC1 through EC6. Give the term for these common proteins that act as catalysts to speed up chemical reactions in a cell and include oxidase and amylase.
Enzyme.
That is right. Vikings, astrobleme, flagellate, raconteur, and syzygy are among the words that come up in what musical comedy currently running on Broadway's Circle in the Square Theater?
The Putnam County Spelling Bee.
That is right for 10 points. Kenya was spoken by both the Noldor and the Vanyar, but by the Third Age was replaced by Sindarin. What English philologist and novelist created these languages of Arda?
Livingston.
No, I'm sorry. You can steal.
Tolkien.
That's it. Tolkien. The languages of Middle-earth. Next question. It rises in the west and sets in the east, revolves around its planet 3 times each day, and has a massive crater named Stickney. Identify this larger of the 2 moons of Mars.
Phobos.
That is right. Though the necessary 3/4 of the states ratified it within a year of its proposal, its most recent ratification occurred in 1995, 130 years after it was authored. What constitutional amendment states that, except for prisoners, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude shall exist within the United States?
13th Amendment.
You are correct. If a function y is differentiable on a closed interval between a and b, and if y has the same value as both a and b, then there is a point c somewhere between a and b such that the derivative of y at c equals 0. What calculus theorem says all that?
Do you know, Joe? Mohs theorem.
No, I'm sorry. You can steal.
Mean value theorem.
No, it's Rolle's theorem. It's Rolle's theorem. That's right. I'm sorry. That signals the end of the round. We've got 30 for Campolindo and in the lead with 40, Mills High School. Close game. We'll return and meet our players after these messages. Well, hi, welcome back. You can join us and receive the same kind of thrilling applause I just received by calling us at 650-637-1936. We'll send you tickets for a future show. And let me tell you, the tension is really thick here. So call us. Oh, the silence. Yishi Zuo.
Hi.
How are you, Yishi? You just finished mock trial season.
Yes, mock trial, I've been doing it for 2 years. I started in junior year, and basically it's like a courtroom competition where students from various schools compete against each other in a courtroom environment. We act as lawyers, attorneys, etc. And we spend months preparing, and February is when we compete, and we're finished with the season now. So. And
you were an attorney for the defense?
Prosecution.
Prosecution. Ooh, did you win or lose the case?
You
don't win or lose the case.
Yeah, the things that matters is the points, how we're judged based on performances. The verdict doesn't matter.
So not like real life.
No.
Well, that's cool. Interesting. Conrad Bassett-Bouchard. How are you, Conrad?
Pretty good.
You guys got to go to see an exciting theatrical event the other day.
Yeah, it was the comedy, All the Great Books by the Reduced Shakespeare Company.
The Reduced Shakespeare Company, you said that this is how you study for Quiz Kids.
Yeah, this was about the most I could do to study for Quiz Kids. They gave us about one-sentence summaries of about 50 different great books in about 10 minutes.
Well, all our Shakespeare questions will be very short this time, then.
Sounds good.
Good. Mark Randstrom. Mark, you're going to do something exciting spring break.
Yeah, I'm going down to Mexico with my friend's church to go build houses for the needy.
That's wonderful. You told me you'd been to Tijuana before, but you couldn't remember it, which sounded pretty bad until you told me you were like 7.
Yeah.
So hopefully you'll have a different experience this time. Let's give a big hand to your coaches, Conrad Bassett and Allison Bouchard. Todd Guerin, rather than chat about yourself, you want to thank a teacher.
I would love to thank my English teacher, Mr. David Jackson, not just because he's trying to teach English, he tries to teach life as well, but because he tries to show us the dark underside of English literature and what these people were who wrote the books, like James Joyce being, I don't want to go into it because I can't say it on TV.
Mm-hmm. So you like the perversion of English literature?
Not particularly. I just think he tries to teach it and it's sort of funny.
That's good. That's good. I know that was meant all for the best. So thank you, Mr. Jackson, for helping him. Joseph Lee, you don't want to talk about yourself. You want to thank a teacher.
Yeah, well, I suppose I have to thank Mr. Jackson, too, for all those wonderful things he teaches us. But I'm going to thank Mr. Kroll as well. He's dealt with me for 5 years, as much as I've dealt with him for 5 years.
And Mr. Kroll teaches music, right?
He's music at Mills, and he's been there for 5 years. He's said some good things and bad things. You probably know him, so you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, pretty much I'd like to thank him. And of course, Ms. Forking, I love you wherever I'm looking, but yeah, I love you too, Ms. Forking.
Good, well that's very sweet. Carl Lowood, you don't want to thank a teacher, you want to talk about yourself.
That's right.
Right.
Because I'm just a narcissist like that. I also have recently finished with my mock trial season.
And like so many attorneys who do want to talk about themselves.
Exactly.
Yes.
I myself played the part of a pretrial lawyer, which got the debatably fun part about debating constitutional law. Our team was fortunate enough to advance to the semifinals where we promptly lost. But in any case, we did very well for...
you feel good about it.
Yeah, we did well. It's our second time in 3 years going to the semifinals. And yeah, and I just want to finish this by saying, I too love you, Mr. Forte. In a totally platonic way.
This is just degenerating. Let's thank your coach, Chris Stallings. And give a big hand to the man we all love platonically, our judge, Frank Saboti. Okay, we're all gonna go wash our mouths out with soap. You go, don't go away, we'll be right back. Let's play the lightning round. Gentlemen, put your hands on the buzzers. I will ask a question. The first person to buzz in gets to answer the question for his team. If you give me the right answer, you will score 10 points. If not, however, the other team will be allowed to collaborate and steal the points away from you. Buzz in before I complete the question, and you will have to answer with the information you've heard. Give me the wrong answer, I will complete the question for the other team. Close game, 40-30. Good luck to both teams. Here's your first question. Beethoven's Diabole, Bach's Goldberg, and Sir Edward Elgar's Enigma are all musical pieces whose titles end with what word? Yishi.
Symphony?
No, I'm sorry. You can steal.
Sonata.
Variations. Due to the sentiments of Hugo Chavez, 7-Eleven recently decided that its 20-year contract with this company would not be renewed. Prior to that, one could get fuel at a 7-Eleven with gasoline provided by what? Todd.
Citgo.
Correct. Its context in insurance markets differs from that in economics in that there may not be illicit behavior involved. What is this two-word term associated with risk? An example of which is fire. Yes, Conrad.
Opportunity cost?
No, I'm sorry. An example of which is fire insurance increasing the incentive to commit arson.
Not sure.
It's a moral hazard. He was almost the first Secretary of Homeland Security, but he turned down the job to stay as president of Texas A&M. Name this historian who in 2006 replaced Donald Rumsfeld as secretary. Yes, Yishi.
Gates.
Correct. She is still looking for her first tournament victory as a professional, although it might be easier if Yishi.
Shall we?
That's right. One is a statement of the conservation of electric charge, while the other states the principle of yes, Todd.
Kirchhoff's laws.
Correct. He was abandoned as a baby on the doorstep of the Golden Wonton, a Chinese restaurant in Golden Springs, Tennessee. Cat Williams plays Lord Have Mercy, and Eddie Griffin plays Pope Sweet Jesus. Guest roles in what recent Eddie Murphy film? Yishi.
Norbit.
Correct. During the War of 1812, what American military leader and future president was chosen to recapture the city of Detroit? Yes, Todd.
Jackson.
Nope. Was chosen to recapture the city of Detroit from the British because of his success at the Battle of Tippecanoe.
Harrison.
William Henry Harrison.
That's right.
Nice.
Two answers needed. In Dante's Inferno, Satan chews on three different traitors in the ninth circle of hell, Judas and two others who betrayed Julius Caesar. Yes, Carl.
Cassius and Brutus.
Correct. A traditional form of transport used by the Innu and Cree of northern Canada. What sort of sled is made of bound, parallel wood slats, all bent forward at the front to form a yes, Carl?
Toboggan.
Correct. What Greek titan attempted to eat his children? Yes, Carl.
Cronus.
Right. Developed by Japanese scientists, what is the subject of the book, The Secret of the Miracle Pitch, which is being learned by new... Yes, Joseph.
The gyro ball.
You are right. His 2006 novel, Next, is about genetic... Yes, Todd.
Michael Crichton.
Correct. It is filmed in Austin, though it's about a sports team from Odessa, Texas. What NBC TV series, Todd?
Friday Night Lights.
Right. Lending his name to Professor Dumbledore's pet phoenix. Yes, Todd.
Guy Fawkes.
Right. Lafcadio, The Lion Who Shot Back, and Where the Sidewalk Ends are among the children's works, Todd.
Shel Silverstein.
You're right. In 2006, the Chinese government opened a new 2,500-mile railroad route between Beijing and Yishi.
Tibet.
No. What capital city of Tibet?
Lhasa.
Lhasa is right. It prohibited slavery and specified that the land it governed would eventually be divided into 3 to 5 states. Give the two-word term. Yes, Todd.
Is there a compromise?
No, I'm sorry. The two-word term for the 1787 law that led to 5 Midwestern states being admitted into the Union.
Northwest Ordinance.
You are right. Its invention is credited to the Sumerians, and over the centuries it evolved to mean several different types of script. Identify this ancient wedged writing. Yes, Todd.
Cuneiform.
Correct. Give the term in optics for the ratio of the speed of light in a vacuum to the speed of light in another material. Wait, yes, Todd.
Index of refraction.
You're right. Verne called it a masterpiece containing masterpieces. It was an elongated cylinder with conical ends, very like a cigar in shape.
Submarine.
No, I'm sorry, that is not correct. Such as the description of what vessel by its captain, Captain Nemo.
20,000 Submersible?
Submersible.
No, we're not looking for the type, we're looking for the name, the Nautilus, right. They live in houses called okia, and the elegant world they are a part of is called Kuryukai. What are these traditional female Japanese Yes, Carl.
Geisha.
Correct. The Ottoman Empire, led by Suleiman the Magnificent, besieged it in 1529, but it held firm. Name the Central European Yes, Yishi.
Constantinople.
Nope, the Central European capital.
Budapest.
Vienna. That's the end of the rounds. Look at the score. 80 for Campolindo, 180 for Mills High School. Campolindo has some catching up to do. Let's see if they can do it when we return. Let's take it to the extreme. Lightning round. Point values doubled. Play stays the same. Good luck, teams. See if you can catch up. He turned the Delian League into an Athenian empire and built many of the structures on the Acropolis, including the Parthenon. The golden age of ancient Athens is said to have ended with the death of what statesman in 429 BC? Yes,
Pericles.
Correct. Bob Nardelli recently resigned as CEO amid complaints of heavy-handed management and an excessive pay package. What retailer of home improvement and yes, Todd?
Home Depot.
Correct. What suburb of Dallas, Texas is home to Six Flags Over Yes, Yishi?
Fort Worth.
No. Six Flags Over Texas, to the Texas Rangers baseball stadium and the future home of the Cowboys.
Arlington.
That's right. When a company earns profits, some earnings are retained, but what is the name for profits distributed to shareholders? Todd.
Dividends.
Right. In 1570, Pope Pius V excommunicated which monarch and those who followed her as she continued the religious policies of her father, Henry VIII? Yishi.
Elizabeth II.
Nope.
Elizabeth I.
That's right. Also called a Luftpause, it is
Reset.
Oh. Also called a Luftpause, it is analogous to a comma in spoken language. In sheet music, what indicates that the musician is supposed to make a slight pause? Yes, Joseph.
A Seizure.
Nope. And is usually located at the end of a phrase above the staff.
No idea.
A breath mark. It can be easily absorbed by tissue paper and doesn't cause health problems unless you're close enough to its source to breathe some of them in. Name this type of radioactive particle that contains, yes, Todd.
Alpha particles.
That's right. After 150 years, his wife Sophia was finally buried next to him in 2000, yes, Mark.
Napoleon.
No, in 2006 in Concord, Massachusetts. Name this 19th century writer of Mosses from an Old Manse and Twice Told Tales.
Nathaniel Hawthorne.
Correct. And say it loud and, say it loud and there's music playing. Yes, Joseph.
West Side Story.
No. Say it soft and it's almost like praying. Such are the words sung by Tony after he meets for the first time what love interest of his? The sister of the leader of the Sharks in West Side Story.
Maria.
Correct. In 2006, he took over coaching the New York Red Bulls soccer team. Not long before he drew criticism from commentators such as Eric Winalda for decisions made while coaching at the 2006 World Cup in Germany. Name this former coach of the U.S. Yes, Todd.
Arenas. Bruce Arenas.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Name this former coach of the U.S. men's soccer team.
Aminas.
Bruce Arena. It was created in 1960 out of territory once held by both the United Kingdom and Italy. What country's civil disorder has been caused by Islamic rebels? Yes, Carl.
Israel.
No. That were finally kicked out of the city of Mogadishu in 2006.
Somalia.
Correct. The law is reason free from passion. Who spoke these words? The teacher of Alexander the Great and student of Plato? Yes, Todd.
Aristotle.
Correct. They're about 4 feet tall, have curly hair and big eyes, and live in the year AD 802,701. Name this race of people, one of which is Weena, that was created by H.G. Wells for his novel, The Time Machine. The Eloi. In chemistry, the type of covalent bond formed when two s orbitals collide and overlap with each other is known by what Greek letter? Todd.
Pi.
No. You can steal. You have a little less than 2 minutes to go.
Rho.
No, sigma. OPEC is often cited as an example of what kind of group? Yes, Carl.
Cartel.
Correct. It was founded by the Hongwu Emperor and saw the construction of a vast navy and a standing army of over 1 million. What Chinese dynasty lasted from 1368 to 1644? Yes, Yishi.
Ming.
Correct. According to Richard Burton's translation, she had perused the books, annals, and legends of preceding kings, and the stories, examples, and instances of bygone men and things. Who would read a story to the king each night, but not finish it in the 1001 Nights? Carl. Scheherazade is right. The modern version of this material usually consists of 1 layer of wire lathe and 3 layers of Portland cement-based plaster. What is this wall coating that also contains sand and lime from the High German? Yes, Carl.
Spackle.
Nope. The High German for crust.
Drywall?
Stucco. We have less than a minute to go. Bonanza Creek was a tributary of what Canadian river in the Yukon Territory where gold was discovered in 1890s? Yes, Mark.
Klondike.
Correct. It can be approximated via Buffon's needle experiment or by throwing darts at a square and computing 4 times the fraction that land in an inscribed circle. What is this irrational number also approximated by 22/7? Conrad.
Pi.
Right. Currently housed within the walls of St. Catherine's Monastery on Mount Sinair, it is thought to be the white dittany, which produces oils that can ignite on hot days. What is this shrub that commanded Moses to go back to Egypt? We called it the burning bush.
That's what I was going to say. I buzzed.
I know, after we buzzed. Yeah, sorry. Cruciverbalists are skilled at solving what sort of puzzle? Yes, Todd?
Crosswords.
Correct. That's the end of the game. 200 here, 380. Mills is in the final 4. Congratulations, Cougars, for a great season. I wish you the best of luck the rest of your school year. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Stay tuned. Watch us next week. We continue with the quarterfinals. Bye-bye.
The following underwriters helped to make this program possible: AT&T, Oracle, the San Mateo Credit Union, Samtrans, and Fisher Investments. Tournament champions will win an all-expense-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS. Additional support provided by these Bay Area newspapers: the Burlingame Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, the Knights Templar, and National Academic Quiz Tournaments.